Hey, hey guys, how many best picture noms do you have in your top 10 lists?
Uh,
Three or four? Wait, one, two, three.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4.
5. Eat shit.
Welcome to Reshoot, amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reshoot, an amateur's guide to good or film.
This
We're
episode is on time,
on time.
not
Definitely
late
on time.
at all.
Definitely on time. We recorded this before the Oscars nominations. We just know about them through the future.
We are so cultured in film, we can predict the future now.
I can see the future.
I could see the future.
Yeah, we can see the nominees. We are still not cultured enough to know who's going to win, though.
It's definitely not February when we recorded this.
It's gonna be May.
Oh no, that's worse. That's
Mm.
worse.
It's
No,
gonna be May.
real talk, guys. The reason that we know this is because we went vegan, and we have vegan.
Oh
powers.
god,
Vegan powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vegan powers, yes.
Yes. Amazing. Great. Totally. You know, the best part about the new Scott Pilgrim?
That's a mega spoiler. You should censor that.
I'm gonna censor that.
He's editing
Oh,
this
you're
episode.
editing. I'll send you
You're-
the censor.
I'm
Yeah,
editing?
Yes.
Because
Okay.
Hector and I edited the last two.
Okay, yeah. Then that's
My
totally...
computer's getting fixed. So, what we usually do, everyone, is let's say our names. By the way, I am the least classy of us, Hector.
I am the fancy cultured lass. Dab. That's right. I'm bringing Dab back.
I am Haesung.
You're what?
I'm Hasung.
Hey, Sung.
Haesung.
Oh, I thought I said Hassan, like
No.
someone. Okay, hey son, that makes sense. You're not. You were. I don't think you even know like 3 words in Korean, but go off, King.
I know names. Yeah, Ed.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Bibimbap.
I know Inyun.
Inyun. Soju.
Oh yeah, Soju.
I've never had soju.
It's so good.
Is it really? I've never had it.
Yeah, it's
I
really
heard
good.
it kicks you in the ass though if you don't expect it.
Yes, it's better than... I prefer to sake, honestly.
Oh, interesting.
Saki.
Sake?
All right. So, usually we fix movies that are good, bad, or somewhere in between. Right? That's our whole little creative exercise, gimmick, glorified fan fiction. We've gotten that one before. Whatever you want to call it. But this time,
Not critique.
not critique.
No.
We do more critique. This time, though, we're doing a best of 2023 because we love movies. And, Ruthie, do you want to start your list? Because you had a little more on your list.
Yeah, should I do my, I guess, honorable mentions of movies that I wanted to watch but I didn't get a chance to?
Yeah, sure. Give the movies.
Or should I do the movies I regret watching?
Start off
I
with.
think the regret watching should be after the top 10.
Yeah. So
Okay.
do the ones you didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to watch.
Okay. Starting at number 12, Napoleon. I like a historical fiction. Mr. Monk's Last Case is number 11. Knock at the Cabin was number 10.
Oh, that was last year. Shit.
Yeah.
I saw Knock at the Cabin.
How was it?
It was okay.
Okay. Is it worth being number 10 on my list?
Of
12?
you needed to watch?
Of that I
Or
wanted
you-
to watch but I didn't get a chance to?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a waste of your time. That's for sure. It's a decent Shyamalama Ding Dong movie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
I liked
I wanna-
vampire movies.
I wanted to watch that one. Again, I like historical fiction.
I forgot to watch that one.
Coming in number 8, Mafia Mama.
What the fuck is that? Oh,
That's the
wow.
one where the auntie in Knives Out finds out that her granduncle is a mafia boss and she just inherited everything.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot that was even a thing.
I remember seeing that trailer and Champions in the same viewing, and I really wanted to watch both, and I did not see
It's
either.
Toni Collette.
Yes. Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. It's got a 22%.
Could be reshoot material.
I didn't hear this movie at all.
I remember.
The trailer looked so fun.
Hmm.
Coming in at number 7, Blue Beetle.
Oh, I forgot to watch that.
Ed, is it worth being number 7? I know you saw it.
100%.
Okay. Should it be higher?
I think I mean, it impacted me more since I'm Latino, but yeah. I still think it's really good.
Coming in at number 6, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem.
I missed that one. God, every time I have a chance to watch it or I'm close to watching it, something happens and I can't watch it. I swear.
Funny story. I went on a plane ride and I had a chance to watch movies, and I saw this movie and I thought, I'm not going to watch that. I'm gonna save that to watch with my husband, who I love. And he texted me, but I didn't see because I had bad Wi-Fi. You should go watch it and enjoy it. And then I went to go watch Us. And then he said, why are you watching that without me, you bitch? Because I was loyal.
No, and then I was going to watch it with your mom, and then she watched it without me. She doesn't
Mhm.
listen to podcasts as often, so I can, most likely she'll skip this one. Chris, I am calling you out.
Coming in at number 5, Champions.
My brother went to see it with his
What is it? His basketball team or
his
his
basketball
youth
team.
group?
No, his basketball team.
Okay.
And and he was like, there is more than one sex scene. And I'm like, that is kind of awkward.
What the hell is Champions?
Champions, that's the Woody
Woody Harrelson.
Woody-
and
Oh,
Yeah, he's
with
the
with the special ed basketball.
yes,
Yeah.
and he also got Sweet
Cousin
D there.
Tina.
And Sweet D is the love
romantic
interest.
interest.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And it's up she, I guess, really likes the cause, so that's probably why she did the movie.
Sick.
Yeah.
Number 4, Bottoms.
Oh, I want to see that one so
Yep.
bad. I knew I missed
still-
that one.
I also have
Lesbian
not seen
Fight Club?
Bottoms.
Sign me the fuck up.
I forget to.
Yep.
Coming in number 3, Beau is Afraid. These two hoes saw it without me.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
It.
You regret nothing.
I honestly, I almost. I have so mixed feelings on that movie. I don't even know.
I will say, I was just like you, Hector, for a whole year. I didn't know what to think about this movie.
I mean, a whole year. You told me you loved it from
A whole
day
year.
one.
I did, but it kind of wavered on me for a whole year, and I'll talk about it when I get to it, but recent things made me reevaluate it. Now I love it
Okay.
a lot more.
Okay. Number 2, Fool's Paradise. I know nothing about the movie, but I like Charlie Day and I wanted to see it.
I know someone who saw it and they were like, "You missed like you didn't miss nothing not watching it." But I still want to see it myself.
I want to see it.
I like Charlie Day.
And for number 1, Renfield.
That was so much fun.
You didn't catch Renfield?
No.
She.
It was just bad timing, and then my husband took my mother to see it without me.
I offered to you to go, and
Yeah.
you were like, "I'm not in the mood. Don't
Yeah,
make
but
me.
it's-
Don't
it's
call
not-
me. Don't
but
make
it's
me the
less-
bitch here."
But it's less funny.
I definitely watched it with like housemates here that I live with, and it was a
I
fun
saw it
ride.
with I saw it with my mother-in-law, and here's the funny thing, because she loves Nick Cage, and I think she likes Nicholas Hoult a little bit.
I don't think she could recognize the name, but she could pick him out of the lineup.
Exactly. She liked him. What little she's seen of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go see this movie. She covers her eyes in like every single action scene, and I am because of the gore, and I am laughing my ass off, and it was the weirdest feeling.
Yeah, if any of our viewers go watch Renfield, like don't take it seriously at all. You'll have so much fun.
Oh no,
just
it
not
is such
taking
a
it
goofy
seriously.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick Cage acts like he's in a different movie, and it fucking works. Like it's such a weird movie. I love it.
I'll go through mine because you only mentioned one of the 4 that I have of need to watch. You mentioned Bottoms. That's one of the ones that I have not seen that I should have probably watched before this. Uh, Another movie is Saltburn. My brother saw it.
Zero interest for me to watch that.
A friend of ours saw it.
Don't tell me anything about it because my brother saw it. I asked him how he liked it, and he said that he did, and then said go in blind.
I got spoiled on one of the more wacky parts, and I'm kind of sad. I would
I-
love to get that
Yeah,
reaction.
that's
I
all. That's
saw
all I
the-
know about Saltburn is that it's wacky. So
I saw trailers and no, it's
I
not
literally
my
saw
thing.
one trailer.
It's
and I was
not my thing,
interested.
so now I know you guys are gonna force me to watch it.
No, I'm not gonna force you to watch it.
Oh yeah?
I'm gonna watch it at some point for sure.
You're gonna watch it. Is an implication.
The other movie that I wanted to watch, well, it was actually very recently suggested to me. All of Us Strangers is one.
I so want to see that.
Which
Mhm.
one? Strangers.
That's the one with
It's with Pedro Pascal
Moriarty.
and
Oh
no, not Pedro Pascal.
it's not Pedro. All
No,
of
No,
Us
it's
Strangers?
Paul Mescal,
Paul Mescal.
Oh, that's right. It's Paul.
Yeah,
Oh my
I want to
God.
see that one.
and I think his name is Adam Scott.
Andrew Scott.
Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
Andrew Scott is Moriarty in the BBC Sherlock.
Yes, he's also in
Mhm.
Fleabag as the hot priest. I need to see that show too. I've been told it's amazing.
The number one, literally the one that I regret not seeing before this, is a Dream Scenario.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's the Nick
Mhm,
Cage A24
yeah, the Nick
one?
Cage one, yeah.
I wanted to
Dream
see that
Scenario.
one.
Yeah, that
That's the
one.
one I should have watched 100%.
It was like fucking like every essay was due for those like 3 weeks it was in theaters.
Yeah.
I am so angry.
I just never worked up the motivation, but I will soon.
All right.
You know what's funny? I looked at my 2022 list, and I also had 4 movies that I still needed to watch. I have not
Damn.
seen any of them. No, actually, incorrect. I saw The Whale. Of those 4, I have not seen the other 3.
How was The Whale?
Very preachy.
Yeah, it's Aronofsky. He doesn't know how to make a good movie.
Um,
I fucking said
and
it.
it's it's how I view Manchester by the Sea. That it's a good movie, but the best thing you get out of it is actors' performances.
I tell you that you're gonna piss off all the Manchester by the Sea fans, but they're all too depressed to do anything.
All 10 of them.
The other friend group, or one of my friend groups, one of them mentioned that, or we were talking about like best of all time. One of them mentioned Manchester by the Sea might be up there, which I disagree with, but it's a good movie.
One of my closest friends loves Manchester by the Sea. Like it is, you know who I'm talking about, Ed. He is the. It's one of his favorite films. Anyway, do you want to start? Who wants to start with honorable mentions?
I want to start with honorable mentions. I have a lot, but so I'm gonna start with like my joke honorable mention. Rebel Moon.
That's not
It's-
on I
it's-
regret watching.
No, it's a horrible movie, but like it is definitely like I think we should all watch it. Or I think everyone should watch it. It's definitely an experience. It's because it's weird because it's like on the borderline of so bad it's good, but like not quite. But still, it's still I think
rather-
it's a thing, an event that's happening in our lifetime of like a trilogy of Snyderverse shit, and I just think it's a great science experiment to watch these movies.
Ed, I'd rather get paper cuts all over my hand than dip it in lemon juice.
All right, next honorable mentions. The other 2 Nick Cage movies that came out last year, Renfield and Sympathy for the Devil. Renfield is better, but Sympathy is definitely, he goes more full Cage on that one, and I actually thought it was pretty good, really good acting on Cage's part. It all made sense.
Ed, did you see The Retirement Plan by Nick Cage?
I did not.
It is the worst film
It's
of
so
last year. It
bad.
is so bad.
Okay, good.
We were gonna
Understood.
reshoot it, and then we finished it, and then we were.
It was too bad.
It was like I don't want to sit through that again. You know,
It was painful.
it was so painful.
I think it was free. It was free, right?
it was free on Hulu, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like
It wasn't worth it.
No.
Okay, I
It
won't watch
wasn't
it.
worth
I won't
being
watch
free.
it then. Next honorable mention, Blue Beetle. Very good. The Killer by Fincher.
Fincher.
Wow, why did I forget my second favorite director's name? The Killer by David Fincher. It's definitely his weakest in my opinion, but it's still really, really good, and it's still just got all your Fincher shit. You can get your itch off that. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Very good movie. Honorable mention though.
That movie had no right being nearly
And
as good
lastly,
as it was.
And
yet it
lastly,
did.
just to watch, just to see the movie and like not care, just look at the pretty pictures. The Creator. It's not a great movie, but it's
Okay.
very, very pretty, and I think it should win best visual effects. Although it might be Godzilla.
It's going to be Godzilla, and Godzilla's going to earn it. Although, goddamn it, it's going to encourage so many more bad practices in the VFX industry. Because, my God,
Funny you say that because we're doing like Oscar predictions, and I was very adamant that I thought Creator was going to win visual effects. So we created a special rule for that for points where if I win, I get no points, but everyone gets -10. And also nobody else could pick the Creator. But for every person that guessed the correct movie, I lose 10 points. There were 4 people who
That's
picked
fun.
Godzilla -1. So if Godzilla wins, it's a death
So-
blow to me, and I will not win that thing at all.
it's Godzilla. I'm so sorry. It's Godzilla.
Yeah, but Creator's pretty
All right.
pictures. That's about it for the movie.
All right. That's kind of sad. I was kind of looking forward to that one.
I mean, you
All
should
right,
watch it for the pretty
Ruthie, do
pictures.
you wanna go? I mean, I plan
It's
to.
in my honorable
but,
mentions for the
yeah.
pretty
All right.
pictures.
All right.
In order of how much I care about them, the Marvels, least to most.
Least to most. Okay.
The Marvels,
That was a fun one.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Asteroid City, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, and Blackberry.
Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar
I
was so
will.
good.
I will.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
will interject here and say, Guardians is not on anything of mine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But
I am... Oh, I
I
feel
did
awkward
watch
now.
the movie. It's just that there were others that, like, I don't know. It wasn't a movie that was stuck in my head for more than 3 days. So
Okay, Ed has no taste.
it was
Got
really
everyone.
good.
I mean,
But
I
the
knew
thing
that
is,
already.
it had a good conclusion. There was nothing more to it, I guess.
You know what? I'm going to play the antagonist
But it was
in this
very,
episode.
very.
Ruthie, you should have put it in your fucking top 10, and you
It was
know
very
it.
emotional, and like I said, I had to make some really tough cuts on my top 10, and that was one of the tough ones.
Same here. I get that. Let me go my 3 honorable mentions, and again from least favorite to favorite. This is going to be the rest of my list. Bottom of it, Oppenheimer. Eat shit.
Wow.
Hector, you like the movie? Yeah, I do. I know.
Wow.
I know. I did like the movie. I have my flaws with it, and I don't want to take up 20 minutes. I'll get Spark Notes version.
Mm-hmm.
I expected more of the bomb scene. I know he doesn't like CGI. I don't like CGI. I found a way to replicate it without CGI. You kind of did. I've seen pictures and stuff. It doesn't look like that.
He did
Like,
the
it's
best
just
he
an actual
can, but
explosion.
I think okay. I'm gonna stop.
He should have CGI'd it. I don't
I'm
care
gonna
what he
stop.
says.
I actually enjoyed the bomb, but that was just me.
What, Ed?
Okay. The whole point of the test scene was just the build up to see if it actually worked, and the close-ups of the fire explosion was to build that kind of like awe and thing. You didn't need the big explosion. We've seen that a billion times. I like the really close-up kind of shot of it, and like that we don't even see the explosion. We just see the shockwave. Really, I felt that was the correct way to take that.
I
thing.
respect your wrong opinion. Here's what I'm going to say. I can see, joking aside, I can see your point. Here's my other. I'm going to raise you this. Nolan loves spectacle. The man crashed an actual fucking plane. I wanted my goddamn explosion. I paid good money to see a goddamn explosion. I got no goddamn explosion. And that's not the only reason. That's my joking reason. The other reasons are I didn't like the pacing of it. Felt a little
I agree. I agree
frenetic.
with you that the pacing was off for the first like quarter of the movie. I felt the pacing was off in the beginning, but it definitely picked up and was better for the rest of it.
Okay,
I
my
didn't
other
like the
one, my
pacing.
other, this is a stupid nitpick, and this has nothing to do with my list here being this. It is nominated for Best Set Design, and they fucking filmed a lot of those places on fucking location. That's cheating.
Yeah. I don't know why it's nominated for
That's
like
cheating.
production design, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's
it's
stupid.
fucking
It should
cheating.
be either Poor Things or Barbie should win. One of those two should win,
I
100%.
want to see Poor Things. I never get to see
Poor
Poor
Things
Things. I
is
want to see
really
it.
good.
I had to pick between that one and American Fiction, and I had a really rough day at school, so I picked
Warning.
American Fiction.
There's a lot of nudity and a lot of
Yes,
sex
I am
scenes.
aware.
But you
I'm
get to
very much
see
aware.
a certain actress full frontal. So
You get to see Bella Stone. Zzz,
Do we get to see? Wait, do we get to see Defoe's
or
friend?
Emma Stone's
Do we get to see
friend.
Willem's the
we
friend?
do not get to see Willem's the friend.
Damn, I heard he's hung like a horse.
I have been told that was supposedly. I think the actual term from the director in I think Antichrist
Yeah.
was
It just kept
decept
coming.
like shockingly big, like shockingly big. Anyway,
The best one that I've ever heard, just like referring to anybody's member, is hung like a camel, because I've never heard
oh
camel,
Jesus,
and it was just really just like it took me back a second. Like usually it's horse or donkey, huh?
no camel
Yeah.
special. All right, let me keep going before we start having another 30-minute thing on dicks.
The musical?
So yeah, Oppenheimer. It's a good.
I heard about that today. That looked interesting.
It
Anyways,
looks, yeah. So Oppenheimer, okay, it was good. It no,
what's your next one?
Renfield. I fucking loved that movie. It's not just because they had MCR in one of the song as one of the songs.
MCR is My
one of their
Chemical
songs in
Romance
the movie.
for our
Yes,
unenlightened listeners.
yes. Thank you.
For all you preps.
Punk's
Why'd
back.
that get me? And that one was just a lot of fun. The movie knew exactly what it was, and for the most part stuck the landing. I appreciate that. And my final honorary mention is Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah.
Like I hate I hate Nestle.
Nestle.
Not
Hasbro.
Nestle. What's the fucking Hasbro?
Hasbro.
Thank you.
I mean,
I hate
both suck.
Hasbro. I hate Nestle too. I hate Nestle. I hate Hasbro and what the shit they've been doing a lot. But like the movie's good.
Yeah, Hasbro's getting involved with Magic the Gathering also, and it's really not.
They own
Yeah,
Magic the
because
Gathering.
Wizards
yeah, that makes
owns
sense.
Wizards of the
Magic
Coast.
also, and I know it's just that they've been sticking their greedy little fingers in there also, and releasing some
Oh, I
really
know.
powerful cards that should have never been printed.
Oh,
Because
of course.
releasing really powerful cards generates a lot of money. On to our top 10.
Who's starting off with number 10?
Well, we're all saying it.
Well, at the same.
You should go because you
We're
went last.
we're not
Okay.
we're gonna say it, yes, but we don't all have the same fucking movie at 10. Unlike,
Well, yeah, but we're all gonna say our
oh
number
yeah,
10.
yeah. We're
Who
just gonna
wants to
go in
start?
order. Yeah.
You start.
Okay. I'll start. I'm sorry, hon. Barbie. It was
Whoa.
really good. Like, okay, I feel like I'm like being held at gunpoint. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to find the right words.
It's an
It was-
interesting take
What, that's lower?
that it's 10, yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought the message was really good. My big issue with it is like not my issue, but like I think the thing that held it back from being higher, that's a better wording, is that I think it fumbled some of the ending, and with how much attention this movie was getting, it was kind of important that it didn't like get confusing with its themes and some of its ideas at the end with like the Kens and their treatment. Because like, well, spoiler alert, obviously they're not being treated well, the Kens, but the movie also implies, but because a lot of people thought, oh, the Barbie was the pinnacle of society, and they didn't fully catch that it's not. They think, oh, the Barbies are seen as the right and the Kens are seen as still being stupid. And it's like, no, that's not the point, or else Barbie wouldn't have left, but whatever. Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't have spoiled that. My bad. But point being, it was a great film. Smart, very intelligent, fumbled it a little with some of the messaging, and it threw me off.
Okay.
But the comedy and the set design and a lot of the story elements were amazing. Like, I'm not...
The only thing that held Barbie up from being higher on my list was, believe it or not,
Is it Will Ferrell?
it's Will Ferrell.
I forget he's in the movie. I genuinely forget about the
it actually wasn't terrible.
Or the Mattel subplot.
It's a joke. It's not actually the reason why, but yeah. For Barbie, I just like the other ones above that better.
No, I get it, yeah. Honestly, though, like, I'm very glad the movie's trying to get this good feminist message across.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it led to some good discussions. It led some good discussions. I just don't... I think it got some people I know some people who completely misunderstood the movie, and it pushed them further down this bad path, and I'm like, God.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's like, oh, it could have been their own bias,
but it's gonna happen with any movie that has a very
I know
subject matter like that, because I think Poor Things has gotten that as well.
No, I completely agree, and I see what you're saying. Again, like, it being in the bottom doesn't mean like, oh, it's the worst in quality. It's just like my least favorite.
It's still the top 10.
It's still the top 10. Yeah. Like, it was a very solid film, and also like leagues above Oppenheimer. I fucking said it. Leagues above Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right,
Ruthie, go. Because my number 10 is out of left field.
At number 10. Self-Reliance.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it.
It was really good.
It was really interesting.
Wait, Self-Reliance?
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Jake Johnson, thank you.
Peter B. Parker
from Spider-Verse trilogy.
The main dude, New Girl.
Right.
He directed?
He wrote and directed this.
He wrote, directed, and starred?
Yes.
And starred in this movie. So the premise is that he's just like a random dude, and one day he gets stopped by Andy Samberg, and he's basically offered, you can get
$1 million.
Oh, just $1 million. You can get $1 million. All you have to do is survive one single month with assassins coming to try and kill you.
But as long as you're in the room,
Guns Akimbo.
But as long as you're in the room with someone else,
you have to be within close proximity. The can't kill you clause is if you are within like a foot of someone else, the assassins cannot try to kill you because there will not be collateral damage. So he hatches up this plan to be next to someone for 24/7 for a single month, and no one believes him that he is being hunted for $1 million.
Yeah, that movie was wild. It was very wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it. It's kind of a simple premise. It was very honest. It wore like its
message on his sleeve pretty well. Yeah.
And it was interesting. I don't know. And I also like movies that make me think. And the ending of the movie, Hector and I were talking about it for like a day or two.
Yeah. I still don't fully know if it was... Yeah, I'll stop. Thank you. Got my spoiler filters off today.
It really is.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Number 10.
Número 10. Cuando acecha la maldad. Or When Evil Lurks. That is my number 10.
Evil Lurks?
It's an Argentinian horror film.
Okay.
It is disturbing as all hell. and that's why I liked it. uh, it is something else. It's gory as it's gory. It's extremely gory, extremely violent, extremely horrifying to watch and disturbing, and just it's all the good things.
It's an Ed movie.
It doesn't rely on that. There's also a very good story behind all of this as well. It's yeah. The only thing is that I feel that there is a character with autism in the movie, and I don't know if he was having severe autism was represented very well. I'm not
Hmm.
sure though because I don't know that kind of stuff.
Is there a lot of jump scares?
If I remember correctly, 0.
Can I just watch it with you then?
Yeah, the only thing is that there's just like there's no jump scares, but just things happen very suddenly that
That's
you don't
fine.
expect.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can live with that. I just can't do jump scares.
But yeah, again, when evil lurks is the English name, but I like the Spanish name. Cuando acecha la maldad.
One more time.
Cuando acecha la maldad.
Cuando acecha la maldad. Okay.
Acecha
La maldad.
is lurk,
Yes.
stalk, kind of stuff. Go ahead.
All right. My number 9. Blackberry.
That's fair.
That movie had such a good vibe to it. I fucking loved it. It's
I
the closest thing I think I've seen to
really enjoyed Blackberry.
no, yeah, and it's not your kind of tea usually. It's really good. Glenn Howerton fucking deserves an best actor nom for that movie, and he's not going to get it because as a few people on Reddit have joked around about, all 6 of us love that film. Like, there's not many people who've seen it.
It's a lot of fun. I was one of those movies that like was smiling watching.
Also, really good use of a Strokes song. Just
Stroke.
the Strokes, the band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the Strokes. So
Yeah, that was a good transition
whenever
song.
any movie uses the Strokes, I'm like, oh, so good. Anyway,
I'll have to watch it.
it's so good. Glenn Howerton kills it.
Yeah.
Fucking Dennis from It's Always Sunny, if you guys
Mhm.
don't recognize him, fucking kills it.
There's a couple times where you can catch his like Dennis expression.
I almost wish he was Star-Lord. He was like second place to be
I don't know
Star-Lord.
if you could capture Star-Lord like Pratt. I'm sick of Pratt, but
No, I
Yeah,
agree with you.
Pratt
but
Pratt fits it. Pratt fits it too. Well, he does his own Star Lord because Star Lord isn't like in the comics. He isn't like Chris
He's a-
Pratt at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
he isn't goofy. But I don't know if
Yeah.
Glenn could capture Star-Lord.
Glenn, I think Glenn would do a very classic Star Lord, but
Yeah.
Pratt's Star Lord is just.
it fits Gunn's idea better. 100%.
You bring
agree.
a black light in here, it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Pollock painting. Yeah. All right.
Number 9, Oppenheimer.
I am such a shitty, it's such a shitty
Wow.
movie podcaster.
I liked the soundtrack. That's like my favorite part.
Oh
of
no,
the
it
movie.
is so good.
I'm also really into historical stuff and nuclear stuff.
You said it
What's good?
correctly.
Another fun fact is we are very close to nuclear reactors. Well, like let me finish my thought and then you can correct me. So there's in the movie they mention the Hanford Project twice. And I was talking with someone who lives near where that is, and he was telling me that everybody in Tri-Cities, Washington was going bananas over Hanford being mentioned because it's just up the road from where they're at, and there's a lot of nuclear stuff up there.
I mean, it's just bananas that it was mentioned at all.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
because
flocked
that's
to the theaters because it was
yeah.
mentioned.
It was like
Mm.
if you saw the maps of the counties where people saw Oppenheimer or Barbie more, Tri-Cities, Southeast Washington was super Oppenheimer heavy, and that is why.
Like Southeast Washington, D.C.
No, Washington State.
Washington State.
Washington State. What? Oh,
Tri-Cities.
Tri-Cities.
I didn't know
Pasco,
that was a
Richland.
place.
Yeah, It's like the half, 3/4 point from here to Spokane.
Oh, okay.
I've driven through it. It's a pretty nice place. Kind of urbany and not the good urbany, but
It's weird because
it is weird.
it's like empty highway and then bam, you're in a city. But joke's on you, it's 3 cities and then bam, you're back in the country
And it's not
again.
even like the from what I saw, what little I saw of Tri-Cities, it wasn't even like the fun cities. It was
It
just
was
kind
like
of
the urban sprawl.
yeah, like the driving ones that aren't as good. Yeah, I'm telling myself
The
here a
city
little bit.
planning is not.
Yeah, I
Right?
know.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Tri-Cities. I'm sure y'all are great people. I just
You
don't
have
like the
good
layout.
food
I don't like the layout.
and super clean energy. Mad respect.
Mad respect on that point.
2 of my favorite things. Anywho, Ed, what was your number 9?
Number 9, John Wick, Chapter 4. Very good.
That was such a good movie.
Action. Good action. Yes. Great. Awesome. And it's not ending, and I hate it.
I think it's ending. I think they're just gonna
They're doing
because
a
Chad
5.
Stileski has like 3 other projects before
They're
he
doing
can
a 5,
continue
though.
it.
I'm pretty
And by
sure
that
it's
point,
confirmed that they're doing 5.
Keanu's gonna be too old. I genuinely think that's what they're trying to do to make sure they don't get another John Wick. Great film. My turn.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we were talking about Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Man, that movie really got me.
I remember you were talking about it a lot.
Yeah, that movie really got me. I was like, I had high expectations and I still was blown away. Like, that's rare. I am such a cynic now because of like the last few years. So it was really great to have high expectations and not be disappointed.
Oh shit, it's my turn. A Haunting in Venice. I had a lot of fun
That
with
was
that one.
such a fun movie.
We watched that one on Halloween because we wanted to watch a scary movie, but we didn't want like blah.
Yeah.
And that one was like the perfect watch, and we had no trick or treaters, so the movie was uninterrupted.
Yeah, that was a little sad
Nice.
though. I hope for trick or treaters.
Yeah,
by the way,
it was fun.
John Wick Chapter 5 is in development.
They say that, but it could be early development and it's not gonna I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll see.
happen. It's not gonna happen.
It's probably going to be like a Sims Project Renee, where they keep calling it Sims 5, but it's not Sims 5.
or maybe John's more of a mentor kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Huh?
What?
I'm not
What?
don't say anything. Don't say anything. She hasn't seen it.
Okay.
I am confusion.
I am also very confused, but I think I see where he's going for it, and I fucking hate it if he's right. I'm sure Ed will hate himself if he's right, because that
Yeah.
sounds stupid. We're not getting a Rocky 4. That's all I'm fucking saying. We're not getting a Rocky 4. Or was it
No,
3?
we got Creed movies instead.
Yeah, we got Creed movies. No, but yeah, okay. Ed, what's
Wait.
your number 8?
My number 8?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
It's actually just Dead
What a
Reckoning
mouthful.
now. It's just Dead Reckoning now. Paramount changed it. So remember when you're giving me so much shit about Spider-Verse? Guess what? They fucking changed it, Ed. It's not
They
even
changed
Part
the
1 anymore.
name?
Your argument's literally invalid. It's just Dead Reckoning. Because guess what? If a Part 1 has a super satisfying ending, it's not really a Part 1. It's just a movie.
The main setup for the main plot of the movie is unresolved.
But you said it felt pretty good as a bookends for a little bit, so yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's just
it did a good ending for a Part 1. I mean, but there's movies that have done this before, like
episode 5.
they're just gonna change the movie from the name from Dead Reckoning to something else, but it's still like a
No,
Part
it's
1,
just
Part
Dead
2 kind of
Reckoning
thing.
now. There's just Part 1's gone. I was just giving you shit for it because you've given me shit in the podcast plenty of times about Spider-Verse.
I mean,
Part
yeah,
1.
because that did it bad, like Fast X.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway,
Mhm.
but what do you like about
Dead
Mission Impossible?
Reckoning?
Yeah,
Really great action, really entertaining throughout, very fun movie, and honestly pretty good in general. The story's pretty tight. The train scene at the end is but yeah, it's just what Mission Impossible does best and does it really good. Yeah. And honestly, like I've been changing my like views on movies because I used to just rank it basically on like how good I think they are, but I've definitely gone to really respect movies that keep me very entertained and very engaged throughout one, even though they're not like Oscar like kind of movies, but they're still really fun. They're still really good. Like they
Oh,
have to have some merit to them, and Mission Impossible and John Wick definitely do.
you're following the you're following the cinephile pipeline perfectly. It's like it starts, like that flowchart meme where it's like the the middle one, the high one's like this, the one who's like, hey, no, it's actually like this. Ed's doing it perfectly. He went from like any movie's good to no, it has to be Oscar bait, and now he's going back down to the perfect one, which is like, yeah, no, fucking Shrek's one of the best movies of all time. Fight me.
It is. It literally
True,
is.
true.
It is though. No, I don't disagree. It's just the point being, you're
Mhm.
proving my
Shrek 2
point.
too.
Thank you. Shrek 2 is my favorite, and
We have it on DVD
I forget we have it on DVD. That's amazing.
with the bonus feature, so we can watch the American
An
Idol bonus
Oh, I used to
feature.
watch those.
Me too.
I
I
got
used to
so
watch those when I was
confused.
sick.
I used to get so confused whenever, like, spoiler alert for that one. If certain picks would have of who you liked, it'd just be Simon Cowell being like, "No, like fuck you, I'm the good singer," and I was just like, wait, so I keep playing it again and again, thinking if I did something wrong. No, it was I'm just a dumbass. But no,
Alright,
I'm glad you
number
also
7.
agree. Shrek 2, best movie of the podcast, right? We can all say that.
Yeah.
Say it with your whole chest, Ed. Come on.
I mean, if I made a top 100, it'd probably be like in my top 50s. I'd say maybe.
Same
Wow,
here.
how
But-
generous.
I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
good considering how many movies Ed watches. No, that's a pretty high. I can see where he's going. That's a pretty high bar.
I mean, if I that's why I can't do a list though. Is the thing because there's just so many good movies that I want to put there, and like if it comes up and I can't think of a movie like to fill out the top 50, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, Shrek 2 or Shrek whatever. But there's a lot of good movies before that, so I don't know.
I got it. I agree with you. As much as I want Shrek to be, Shrek is love, Shrek is life. It's hard to not make it number one. But-
I want that onion.
Stop,
You guys
though.
are gross. I fucking hate both of you. Hector, what's your number 7?
John Wick 4.
Hey, let's go.
It is such a God. Here's the thing. I didn't like John Wick 3 that much.
Dude, two was the worst for me.
2 is one of the best ones. I think it's
No, it's
4, 2, or 4, 1, and 2. 2's not far behind, and then 3. And 3's like way deep.
dude, one's still the best
Yeah.
for me.
1 and 4
It's
are like
1, 4,
1 and
3,
4
and
switch
2.
depending on the day.
Yeah,
But like
literally two. My problem with 2 is that, all right, John Wick 1 kill count 77, John Wick 2 272,
exactly, it's
John
great.
Wick 3 about 100, and John Wick 4 is about 100 also, which is I think the good one. Don't go so fucking high. It was just way too much.
I
in John
loved
Wick
it though.
2.
No, here's the thing I like about 2. It never fucking takes a break. It does not stop. Once it starts, once that one assassination that kicks it all off goes, it is nonstop. And I respect that. I
I know,
respect
but
that
it
so
was
hard.
it was too much for me. It was
That's
way
fair.
too much.
It was
I-
too much for me, too.
Yeah, it was too much.
I hated it
I-
so much.
3, I think, had too much. Like it stopped. It was like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. It was like
I know, but it
jarring.
was good pacing.
I don't agree with it. 4, honestly, 4 was so much more fun with it. Here's the thing. 3 had too many action scenes that are too similar, in my opinion. 4, every action scene was different. It was
3 was the
so-
one with Halle Berry, right?
Yes.
And the doggies? Yeah,
Yes.
fuck that. I mean, the
What?
doggies are cute and awesome, but I did not like that fight sequence.
Yeah, that one was kind of more. Yeah. But point being, though, 4, so good. Like, that one guy who is, like, his whole reason for hunting John Wick and the reason he waits, I'm not going to spoil, is so fun and original. The cinematography. Honestly, I am so mad at the Oscars that movie's not nominated for a cinematography award. It was so good. The fucking top down, like,
I don't know
fucking
why Poor
Hotline
Things
Miami-
is nominated for cinematography.
What?
I don't know why Poor Things is nominated for cinematography.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
I know,
do,
but it is, and I don't understand why.
do you think you'd replace it with John Wick 4?
I'd replace it with a lot.
Do
Is
you
what
think
I'm
John Wick
saying.
4 deserves an Oscar nom for cinematography?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
I mean,
Like, there was so many good shots. There was some really good action. Like, action's not easy to kind of shoot sometimes. You know, with some of the crazier stunts, how do you make it look cool while also showing it all? And like, this movie, just Chad Stileski cracked the fucking code with 4. I love this movie so much.
like honestly, for cinematography, I haven't seen El Conde, but like Maestro and Poor Things do not belong there.
Poor Thing or Maestro
Isn't
should not be nominated for any Oscars. From what I can tell, it's like
you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't seen it,
I've
but
seen it.
like I don't know. It just seemed like it was Bradley Cooper jacking himself off.
It's good. Uh, it's not Oscar worthy. I agree, but like I do think that the nominee for Bradley uh and Carey Mulligan are definitely deserved. But apart from that, no. Yeah, I would take out Poor Things and Maestro from cinematography and put in probably John Wick 4 and maybe even Mission Impossible or Godzilla or something. I don't
Godzilla has
know.
some great shots.
Yeah,
No,
I know.
Godzilla has some fucking
I
beautiful
like
shots.
like and this is what I wanted to say. Like this last year was a great year for movies, and there were a lot of really good movies, and a lot of them were like really Oscar worthy. And this year was like weird because
Yeah,
there
there's
was
a lot of
a lot of really good movies, but not a lot of them were like Oscar worthy.
or they were
And even the
Oscar
Oscar
worthy and they
bait,
got snubbed in the categories that they should really shine in.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I will never get over fucking Barbie director not getting nominated. What's her?
Yeah,
I always forget names.
Greta Gerwig.
Greta
Greta
Gerwig.
Gerwig not getting nominated for best director? Are you fucking kidding me?
We got
That's the whole point of the
not to be
movie.
confused with Greta Lee, who did Past Lives. That was, she's the main actress of Past Lives. Never mind.
Yeah, I know, but Greta Gerwig not getting nominated for best director?
Yeah.
Margot Robbie not getting nominated for best actress? Are you? It is literally like delusional to
Yeah.
not nominate them.
I mean, we still got what's her name from Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't
Lily, what's her face?
Lily.
Lily
Yeah.
Gladstone, yes, but still, like you can take out other people
Yeah, I
in that
agree.
fucking category and put in
Emma Stone already won an
Gerwig.
Oscar.
What?
Emma Stone already won an Oscar. Just I haven't seen the
But her
movie. I'm sure
performance in
she's
Poor
great.
Things was amazing.
Oh, okay, never mind. Take that back then. I haven't seen the movie yet. I was just
It
thinking
was
like give
really
someone else a
good.
chance, but no, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, 7 for you, Ruthie. I think.
Yeah.
The Boy and the Heron.
No, not me, but you'll see why in a minute. You'll see why when it's my turn.
Oh, I already looked over your shoulder.
You did? Okay, yeah. You already know then. Okay, explain why you love that one.
So, you're gonna see this theme in my top 10 list. I like movies that make me think. I really liked The Boy and His Heron, not just because Robert Pattinson sounds like a gremlin man and it was amazing, and I
That
enjoyed
was
every
so good.
time he was on screen. It was also a movie that made me think. It felt like watching one of my dreams on a screen.
It really did.
Like this rapid changing of situations and like problems and issues and solutions. I really liked the story. The acting I thought was really good. I thought there was a lot of really beautiful meanings in it. um I just enjoyed it. My son got turned into a budgie.
Yeah.
A little buttery jar.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some movies that you guys have mentioned that I'm like, damn, but they still don't fit my top 10. Boy and Heron, really good. Just didn't quite make it.
I get it. It's really
Yeah.
It
helps if you know the background of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And tell you.
I see you keep talking about that. I'm putting that aside because that wasn't
Mm-hmm.
part of the, like, I could see the backbone where that
It's
slots in,
it's
right?
Yeah, it's
But for me, I don't
It
need
has merits of its own.
yes.
yes,
But
no,
I
that's
don't need that to enjoy the movie.
that's the point of it being a great movie, though.
Yeah.
It's just like it
Mhm.
made it better knowing a little bit more about about some of the
It
stuff.
Mhm.
explained some of
Mhm.
the design choices. It was not the choices that made it enjoyable to me.
No, I
You know what
completely
I
get
mean?
that. No,
Yeah.
completely get it.
I will get to an argument along those same lines after I mention my number 7. Beau is
Okay.
Afraid. So
I'm surprised it wasn't your number one at this rate.
it
Your
is
number
not.
five
It
at
is
this rate,
not
Ed.
my. It is not my number 5. It is not my. It's 7. But I'm here's the thing.
Jewish Lord of the Rings.
So when we first watched it in January of 2023, I loved it, and then throughout time I liked it less and less, and it just I couldn't quite make my own opinions of what the movie's supposed to mean. Ari Aster was not helpful in that either.
Do you expect he would be?
No, he's like does acid on the regular apparently, so that explains this movie. But after watching Poor Things is what made Beau is Afraid so much better for me because I found my interpretation of it and it kind of fits really well, which is Beau is Afraid is the the theme of it is the social norms or like view of how men should not be. That's what the movie is showing. Beau is not a quote unquote real man. He's like a 40-year-old virgin, afraid of sex, has really no friends, no real like life or like ambition or anything. He's just so anxious and scared of everything. And how men are viewed in society is they should have ambitions. They should have this thing. They should be very intelligent and have very good jobs and like have sleep with a lot of women and lose your virginity young and shit like that. And Beau is definitely not that, and it shows throughout the play thing. I'm not sure quite exactly that, but it kind of shows like how a man should live his life, kind of thing, is how I take it. And then like the constant like hounding from his mother about him and how he's such a weak little boy, not a man, kind of thing is also very telling. And then along with father figures a lot of the time being absent and looked as just sperm donors, and that I think explains a very big scene in that movie as well.
I know what you're talking about.
And then I also think that the very last scene of the movie is kind of like people should be kind of like in awe of like watching a man's life and all he can do, and then the ending scene just kind of turns that on his head and just like people walk out on him because he doesn't live up to what society should told him he should be like.
Okay, yeah, I think you won me over more on the movie now.
I want to see it even more now.
Yeah, and
I
I
think your
feel
interpretation
that
fits.
that is my interpretation, and it only happened because I watched one of the a better movie, basically. Like I was thinking about Poor Things for so long after watching it, and then I'm like, wait, this all is so like while watching the movie, I thought like this is so much like Beau was Afraid. And I think what happened is Ari Aster tried to do something and he didn't do it as well as he could have. And then Yorgos Lanthimos is like, oh, there's this book. Let me just make it one of the best movies ever. So yeah. But I'll get to how it relates to how those two movies relate in my mind once I, mention Poor Things.
Yeah, I figured you're gonna mention Poor Things.
Yeah. Right. What's your number 6, Hector?
Okay, so from number 6 through number 4, it's honestly they're interchangeable. I had a really tough time with those, and I told my one of my closest friends, and he gave me joking shit for it. And then I'm like, no, you're right, though.
That's funny because it's my 6 through 10 that are interchangeable. My 1 through 5 are pretty set.
Number 6, Boy and His Heron.
Hey.
It's
I-
the boy and the heron. Okay, it's not his.
I-
It's the
Well, technically speaking,
Like-
Ed, in Japanese, the movie's name is How Do I Live, which is the book that was in the very beginning of the movie. So technically, actually, I'm right. But no, it's How Do I Live? Glory.
How do you live?
I think it's How Do I Live? How do you can you look at
I could have sworn it was how do you live?
How Do You Live? Maybe. I'm having a hard time remembering like names lately. But yeah, how Boy and
it's
the,
how do you live? I think.
but yeah, the Boy
Yeah,
and the
How Do You
Heron.
Live.
Glorious, like just so good. I've never seen a Ghibli film in theaters, and I'm sure that colored my perception a bit. But like, I think I can't say anything that Ruthie hasn't already said, and better. Also, like, God, I love 2D animation. Like,
Mhm. It's a breath of fresh air.
it's so fresh that we still get this shit. Like, it's so good. Like, yeah, I know there's the Bob's Burgers movie that came out last year, but I missed it because I didn't see Bob's Burgers until like last month. Sorry, getting lost. But yeah, Ruthie already said it perfectly. I'm not gonna bother. Ruthie, what's your number 6?
What's my number 6? D&D Honor Among Thieves.
Why is that one so high?
Wow.
Because I
Because
enjoyed
she's
it.
a D&D freak, Hector.
She's the only one of us running a game that's not D&D right now, ironically.
So I went to go see this movie in theaters twice.
First time because we got an early screening.
Yeah, we happened to get an early screening. It was crazy good. And then my mom said that she wanted to watch it because it's got her celebrity boyfriend Chris Pine.
One of her many in her celebrity boyfriend harem.
Yes, it's extensive.
It's very extensive.
And the rankings change constantly. It's like a leaderboard, honestly.
We can literally make it. I think if we ever get bored and she wants to join the podcast, we can have her explain her list. That'd be a fun episode.
That would be really fun. Anyways, I dragged my mother to go see Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, and my mother, you have to understand this, lovely audience. My mom doesn't like fantasy. I don't know how we're related. I have a tattoo of Lord of the Rings. I can wax poetic about Harry Potter. I am the biggest fantasy person. I love tabletops. She said that after watching it, that was the closest she would ever get to playing D&D, and I don't think you understand how big of a deal that is.
We asked her afterwards, "You want to play like a one shot with us?" And she knows
took
what a one shot is.
She took a minute to think about it. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everything is so lore accurate, you guys. Like
it's so good.
We have an episode. We have a whole
ass episode about it.
Yeah.
You should listen to it.
We should listen to it.
We have a whole other
listen
guest
to our Dungeons and Dragons one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
We had lovely guest people, and it was so much fun to do.
Yeah, we need to get Slay the Stars back on.
Yeah.
We can do the bad D&D ones.
Mm-hmm. My turn?
Yes.
My number 6. Hold out your hand and grasp firmly. Talk to me.
Which one's Talk to Me?
The one about the hand. It was made by the two YouTubers, Raka Raka. Who, if you guys know who Raka Raka is, you ever seen that video of like Harry Potter versus Star Wars?
This one says it came out in 22, you fucking liar.
It's festivals, and that was before it got picked up for a big distributor. We count those.
Release date was July 28th, 2023.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
the USA.
Yes.
So.
Google is wrong then.
Google. It was
No,
showing
it
release
is
festival.
correct. It showed in festivals in 2022 to try and get a wide release into 23.
And it did, and yeah.
Anywho,
That's why
do you like
Shadow
it?
was a 20 whatever. What?
Why do you like it?
Oh my god, this is one of the best written horror movies I've ever seen. Like it's up there in the tier of Hereditary, honestly.
Damn.
It is because it's very it does what let me start over. It does what Hereditary does. It deals with trauma, but with a horror aspect attached to that. Especially um like 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 how Babadook is. This one is less clear as that, but it is very much of about the main character's trauma of what she witnessed when she was young. And what she deals with on the daily now.
That
And it
I think you
is
just sold me on it. If you say it's as good as fucking
horrifying.
Hereditary and Babadook, I love Babadook.
It
I
is
need to see both of those.
horrifying to watch. It's a like Hereditary is. I don't think I'll watch Talk to Me ever again. Like I don't think I'm gonna watch Hereditary ever again, because that shit is just so like it's such a tough watch, and it's so like it's just really good. It's a one time watch masterpiece.
You're gonna watch it with me because I want to watch it and I don't want to watch it alone.
I can watch it with you.
I just
And I
saw
wanted to
Boomer's
watch it with me
Big
to make me suffer.
Stretch. I just
Boomer's
saw
a good
Boomer's Big
stretch.
Stretch and I died.
Yeah, our little boy is right here.
With his
Ed,
little
I hope you
toupee.
know. His little toupee. Boomer gave your number 6 a little curtain applause session. I don't know if you heard it, but he made the curtains give you applause for your pick. So
Oh.
he gives his approval.
Yeah, Talk to Me is really good. Again, also, this is not a Ruthie movie, unfortunately.
I want to watch Hereditary.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it.
Hereditary is much more manageable. Hector, you have to make her cover her eyes on very specific 2 scenes.
I've seen every video essay I can get my hands on Hereditary.
Okay, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I
Are you
Melissa doesn't know
sure?
much about it.
Yeah.
It's fine with her. Okay, like she's got it. Anything else
Okay.
you want to say about the movie?
About Talk to Me?
Yeah.
Watch it. Go watch it. Just go watch it.
Okay.
If you have trauma on
Well, just maybe
Certain stuff might
there
trigger
are
you.
some very sensitive topics talked about in that movie, so please.
Hey, plug. If you have trauma, if you don't want to watch certain shit in your movies, check out Does the Dog Die? It's free. It's a website. It tells you about your triggers.
Yeah.
I got you, fam.
Yes, definitely check out Does the Dog Die before watching Talk to Me.
All right.
All right. Hector,
Number
you're number
5.
5.
Godzilla -1.
Oh, Jesus. Why isn't
What?
that in my top 10?
It was so good, and I am so sad I got to miss out on the black and white version.
He saw it twice.
I saw it twice. Once with a friend, because
Wait, did you watch Godzilla -1?
Me?
Wait, hold up. What did they call it? Godzilla
Minus color.
-1 minus color?
I
you
did
see
not.
minus
I
color?
just said I did not. Did you?
No.
I know Armand did. I was gonna talk to him on set. I know also one of my coworkers did, and they told me. I asked them if they did this one thing with the movie in black and white. They said yes. And the cool thing is, it isn't like a lazy black and white filter. Like they were very carefully editing it to make it work with black and white.
So it's not like Logan Noir.
No, it's not just a stupid filter. It's like actually like they color graded a lot of stuff differently to make the black and white work for that
Good.
version.
How black and white should be. It's either filmed in black and white or not. Pick one. I'm looking at you,
It
Maestro.
wasn't filmed in black and white. They just meticulously re-edited the movie to make it work.
They made it look as if they filmed it in black and white. But
yeah.
Either do black and white or don't. I'm looking at you, Maestro.
Eat shit.
Okay. But yeah, like, here's the thing. For some reason, Godzilla, the franchise, has this gift of like, hey, we're going to talk about some, like, really big topics. Like, one of them's about how, like, yeah, millionaires are ruining the planet, and it's kind of up to us to stop them. Or,
And
You
by
know,
us, it's a giant lizard.
yes, it's a giant lizard. Or I was kidding there. Or like, hey, here's a movie about survivor's guilt and PTSD and continuing to move on. That also with a giant lizard. Like
Yeah, the themes for this Godzilla were very very
a lot of them are.
more broad reaching than the original, because the original was very much about how, you know, the US did an atrocity on Japan.
I actually watched Godzilla 1 for the first time the day after Oppenheimer.
And I really like the little callback to the original Godzilla in this.
There's a
film.
lot of actually callbacks. You just got to really pay attention.
The only one that I got was the reporters on the roof.
That was the most obvious one. There was a few
Yeah.
other small ones, but yeah, there was a few shots that were frame for frame the same too. But yeah, great fucking movie.
Also, Godzilla's walk in that movie is so goddamn silly. I love it.
In
With
the
his
original?
arms up. No, in this one with his arms up,
Yeah,
just very still. It's so funny.
yeah, 'cause it's probably meant to mimic in a sense the original, and it's so good. Honestly, there's talks of a sequel, and I hope they go for it because he had the idea for a sequel while making this film, and I fucking trust him with whatever he wants after that
Yeah.
one.
It's really good.
So good.
All right, Ruthie, what's your número 5?
5. No sé las palabras en español. Spider-Man.
Hombre Araña.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm a
Uh,
simple woman. I see good animation. Brain go burr.
Hombre Araña, Sombre
Sombre Spider-Verse,
Spider-Verse. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what a cross is, actually.
Versario de...
Al lado de.
I'm just not gonna do the Spanish.
Al lado de
It's just,
Spider-Verse?
it's just
Hold on.
you just say Spider-Verse in Spanish. Spider-Verse.
Or just Spider-Verse. It's a name. You can literally say it as is because it's a name. Anyway, though, keep going, Ruthie.
I'm lovely audience. I am a simple woman. I like thinky movies and I like animation that make brain go brrr, brrr, and brain go brrr. Watching this movie, there were so many really cool animation styles.
Yes.
God bless the animators. I rest their
Agreed.
hands in peace. Fuck Lord and Miller for putting them through that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just really enjoyed.
I agree with everything about you.
Yeah.
About what you say about Spider-Verse, except it's placing in the top 10.
It's gonna be pissed off at
Your
mine.
opinion means
It's gonna be
sausage to
pissed
me.
off at mine. Anyway,
Ed, with love and respect, your opinion is sausage to me. At number 5, it stays. I don't know. I like it.
It's not even in my top 10. Or
I know it
Okay.
isn't.
Congratulations.
You have no taste. Anyway, but no,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
I have very strong feelings. I enjoyed it too, but I have very strong feelings about the movie.
You have thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and prayers.
those do shit. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of more broad with my stuff. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure to give you,
Yeah.
Fuck
You just
that
go into
ending.
wild tangents.
My number 5, Barbie. It's so fucking good. I don't
It
know how
is.
you have it on your 10 or whatever the fuck you put it on.
I like the other ones a little better. It's not like they're like I know Barbie is like are you like thematically or not thematically like everything wise Barbie should be higher on the list. I 100% agree with you on that. I just kind of like some of these
your
movies a little
personal
more.
taste. Just
Yes, it's
lean
a
more
mix
to
of like
other things.
professional and personal taste.
Yeah.
And honestly, like
Do you
Yeah.
guys have professional taste?
I will say once it hit my top 5, I turn into more of a critic, cinephile kind of shit than just like me enjoying
Get out
things,
of
but
here.
they're still really
Get.
good, and I still really enjoyed them.
Go on now, get. We don't do critiques here.
Barbie. So yeah, Barbie's my number 5. Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie should have been nominated. I hate the Academy so fucking much.
except for
Yeah.
last year when Everything Everywhere Once sweeped.
Oh yeah, except for that. And Dune kind of swept also.
Dune did pretty good.
In the 2022 Academy Awards, Dune swept like a lot. I think it won like the second most, and it just didn't win Best Picture.
So fuck the Academy until they agree with me, and in
Yeah.
which case, as is tradition.
Yeah. The studio tried to get rid of the park bench scene.
That's the whole point of the
I
movie.
would have rioted.
Are you kidding me?
That is the
Mhm.
entire point of the
Really?
movie in
Holy
one
moly.
scene.
Oh.
Also, the old woman who sits on the bench next to Barbie, she was one of the makeup artists for the movie.
Oh, really?
God.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they didn't get rid of it.
Yeah, no, Greta
Why
and
didn't Greta
Margot.
Gerwig get a fucking nomination?
Yeah.
It's so infuriating.
I've noticed for the most part, I'm gonna eat my words, and I know I'm gonna eat my words here, and when I say some of my other ones, because you'll be like, wait, this actor got in for a
Mhm.
subtle acting, but subtle acting doesn't usually win you awards.
Correct.
There's only
It has to be convincing acting.
but good convincing subtle acting doesn't
Is
give
amazing.
awards, which sucks.
Yeah. But I will say, however, and I feel that we're going to get a situation of Leonardo DiCaprio. What happened to him when he didn't win Best Actor for Wolf of Wall Street. Because then they just kind of pity Oscared him for The Revenant.
For Margot?
No, Leonardo DiCaprio, he didn't win Best Actor for Wolf of Wall Street, and then they kind of pity gave him an Oscar for Revenant.
So
I get
who are
that.
you
And I
giving
think
who are you
Greta
expecting the pity nom?
Gerwig.
Oh,
Greta
okay.
Gerwig, I think, is going to get a pity win next time she comes out with a movie.
Didn't Lady Bird get nominated?
Yes, and
That
it
was
won
her
a
first
couple
film.
things, but oh my god! And Booksmart also got nominated for a few things, I think, or I don't think it did actually.
Wait, Booksmart
She
didn't
did
really?
Booksmart also, right?
I don't know if she did Booksmart, but I know she did. She did Little Women.
Yeah, she did. Oh, Little Women. She did not do. Yeah, and she did.
It's
White
so
Noise, which
funny.
was-
I have this super feminist friend of coworker of mine in the past, right? And then I'm like, oh, what do you think of Little Women? I was waiting for her to rave about it. She's like, oh, it sucked. And I'm like, what? It's Greta. I haven't seen Little Women, so I was just more surprised. But the way she talked about she didn't like it kind of scared me away from it, not gonna lie. So it's my turn?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Hey,
God damn
hey!
Eat
shit, Ed.
Shit. The punching bag, the animation for the punching bag moment lives rent-free in my head all fucking year. Okay?
The scene of Miguel O'Hara grabbing Spider-Man and then shooting his strings and slamming him onto the train
Mhm,
lives
mhm.
rent free in my head.
Yes.
Movie's
that-
good. Fuck that ending.
Okay. Point being, though, it's an episode. Point being, I'm not gonna ignore that.
Salt.
Ed, you have the salt of 2 league players right now, and that's way too much,
Yeah,
dude.
your poor
Dude, I
kidneys.
would-
Drink some water.
Die. Dude, no. This is like half a league player, okay?
Fair enough, half a league player, you're right.
Drink some water.
You're right, I
You're
agree
too
with you.
salty.
You're too salty, though. Lower it down. We're taking to the doctor. Salt intake. Anyway, this movie is so good. Okay, do I like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse better? Yes. But I think that's a more, complete movie, and I think I was more surprised.
Whoa, wait, hold up. Did you just say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a more complete movie?
No, I know what I'm saying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not letting the incompleteness of Across bring it down. The other issue, though, is that I was less
Okay.
surprised for the most part by Across. Because Into was already such a big surprise. I'm like, oh, I didn't know animation could really do all this shit. And Across was more like, oh, wow, they just really tried some new stuff. It's cool. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to go, do you know how they animated Hobie? Spider-Punk.
Hobie being in that movie was actually one of the craziest things I've seen.
Do you
in
know how they
animation.
animated him, Ed?
No.
His mask is animated. I think it's his arms are animated at 3 frames, or
Wait, different body parts are
Wait.
animated at different frames.
no. The guitar's animated at a frame and a half. His arms are 3. His mask, when it's
So-
off,
so-
it's like 4. And here's the thing. And because Hobie is inconsistent and doesn't like rules, all these switch every once in a while.
So you're telling me that the frame rates for different body parts are different and they constantly change?
Yes, for Hobie. For Spider-Punk.
Except when his mask is off. His face
No.
is very...
No. His
very-
mask is still... No, it's all changing all the time. It's just...
No,
I think
no,
I was trying to
but
remember off the top of
I'm
my
just
head.
saying, Hobie's face, when its face is showing, it's very standard across.
No.
It looks like, at least.
Not fully. No, here's the
Mm.
thing. This is the kind of details I love and hate about this, because I hate because of how the working conditions were to get that. Like, I'm not gonna. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, but like, it made art. No, fuck that. They respect your animators.
Art is not suffering.
Art should not be made through suffering, unless like you're into that shit. Which
Art should
whatever.
make the viewers suffer.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed. Perfect. Love that. You win the podcast this week, Ed.
That should be a sticker.
That should be a fucking sticker. Anyway, though, but point being, like, that's just one small detail, and then there's details like that hidden throughout the entire movie. It's like different versions of the movie. Like, once they had to patch the movie a little bit because of audio stuff, but they also snuck in so that, like, depending on which theater you were at and seeing what time you're seeing the movie at, you get different versions of the same movie. Just
Yep.
small little detail scenes that were slightly tweaked for like one joke. The movie's
Alright.
insane.
It is, agreed. Except that the placing on your list. Ruthie, what's your number
You're
4?
outvoted, motherfucker.
Thank
I
you,
know I
Ruthie.
am. I don't care.
Ah!
I'm outvoted by
Number 4.
like literally the entire world, but I don't care.
Number 4. Past Lives. I saw it last night.
She watched it while I was at school.
He made me watch it while I was alone, and I told him I don't like sad movies, and he's
And
like,
it wasn't that sad.
there was a sadness to it.
There was a sadness to it, but it wasn't like deep, depressing, like...
It's not the kind of movie that will make you cry, but it is still heart-wrenching.
I liked it. It was like drinking a delicate rose tea. It was just a really beautiful story of two friends, what could have been. The exact words that I used to Hector last night, it felt like a love letter to love in all its different forms.
Yeah, that one got me.
Beautifully put, Ruthie.
And I really enjoyed how everybody apparently is calling this the cucking movie. I actually really liked how this movie displayed relationship conflicts, because they didn't pussyfoot around with the Hollywood will they won't they bullshit. One character was like, I am scared and worried about this, and then another character was like, I hear that. Don't. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my god, Nora and Arthur's scene at the bed.
Yes.
After
I was trying to be vague, but thank you.
Oh. Dude, Arthur's such a cutie.
Yeah, no, the movie's so... I'm gonna stop before.
I vote Arthur himbo of the year.
He's not even a himbo, he's
Himbo.
smart. He wrote a whole ass book. We can't say the same.
Called
But he's got the-
Boner.
Boner.
The book was
Yeah,
called
Boner.
That was hilarious. It reminded me of my number 3 pick.
But yeah, honestly, I feel like it was so strange because like it kind of had that Hollywood thing of like, because Arthur even mentioned in that scene like this would make a great story of like.
You're spoiling
You're
yourself.
spoiling for everyone,
I'm
dude.
I'm sorry.
You should take this
No,
out.
You
I'm
should
gonna
take that
it
out.
Past Lives is a great movie, love it. But it's
just wait.
My main point was it's kind of like the Grand Budapest Hotel, where it's a super
Yeah,
funny movie,
it's-
but it doesn't make you laugh out loud, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this one is a very sad movie, but doesn't make you cry. At least in my opinion.
You know what I have? The one that I really enjoyed that didn't make me laugh out loud once. What We Do in the Shadows, the original movie. I enjoyed that so much. Hector thought I hated it
That-
because I did not laugh.
But
That
Bet.
oh yeah, all right. My number 4.
yeah.
Poor Things. And this is where it comes full
All right,
circle.
you're the only one of us who's seen it.
Hmm?
You're the only one who's seen it. Let her rip.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna spoil the themes of the movie and a little bit of the movie.
I mean, themes is different. Themes is
So
different.
this is watching Poor Things is what made me like Beau is Afraid so much, because Poor Things is Beau is Afraid, but on the female perspective. It is everything society feels a woman should be like, and it is terrible if you don't conform to it, just like Beau is Afraid, who is not a real man. In Poor Things, Bella Ramsey or whatever fucking Bella, she is very open in exploring her sexuality, and because she has a lot of sex, she's called a whore, which is not right. Like, why can men explore and have a lot of sex and be called nothing, and then a woman does that to a much lesser degree, and all of a sudden she's a whore? Like,
Because men control the media and the culture and
yes,
everything. Like,
yes,
not
yes.
always, but a lot of times they control the media and the culture, so they can just
Again,
say,
yes, they control also how men view themselves and how society views men, just like in Beau is Afraid.
"Yep."
And Poor Things is the same thing, just with women, and it is heartbreaking to see just like how difficult it is to be a woman. Barbie does this too. It's so fucking horrible.
It's almost like what
Yeah.
Barbie's saying about uh fucking patriarchy
Yeah, and that's the
ruining things
thing.
for
Like,
everyone.
Barbie was more of a commentary on the whole, and then Poor Things was more a commentary on the individual. And that's I feel that both these movies coming out on the same year are very, very good to just like have that whole view of shit. And Poor Things is amazing, and Willem Dafoe's great in it, and Mark Ruffalo's hilarious in it. Movie's actually surprisingly funny, and it's just so like, and there's a lot of things that she does that like people say that's not proper in civilized society. Screw civilized society, basically.
May I also say something in favor of Poor
Yes.
Things, having not seen it? I really like all the Instagram ads I'm seeing where it's scenes from the movie, but underneath it is the script.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying just watching those.
Have you seen
like because it's
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's just like Willem Dafoe's monologue about
I haven't heard
why
that one. I skipped that one.
why he's feeling what he's
Mhm.
feeling and he's denying his feelings. Or one I saw today was Bella dancing.
I saw the Bella dancing one today.
Yeah,
That was a good
Yes, the dancing
props
scene
to
is
the
great.
ad team. Yeah.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Have you seen the production design from those things?
Yes, the steampunk looking world's what drew me in. I'm like, wait, it's steampunk? Fuck yeah! And then I got busy.
The thing is, like, Barbie did a really good job of it being a stage and looking like a real place. Poor Things did a really good thing of just making it look like a stage, and it is, and it works because you're seeing the world for the first time through Bella's eyes, basically, and it just fits
Yeah.
perfectly because things in the movie make more sense. But yes, Poor Things is a great movie. Number 3, Hector.
The last three were really hard. They were just swapping
Not
between
for
each
me.
other time and time and time and time and time and time and
These
time
last
again.
3 were the most locked in for me.
Speaking of like movies like books like Boner, I'm not gonna say the joke because I don't want to ruin it. American Fiction.
Fuck.
What?
Oh, no, I was trying to tell you don't say that one. That's gonna ruin it. But yeah,
I'm hilarious.
yeah. But no, it was such a good film. I did not know a film could get like
We've been talking about it. Hector saw it this weekend. I saw it a couple weekends ago with my mom.
You can't see it, but I'm just sitting here
Tina-
shaking my head.
you know why it's so high.
Did you also have it as number 3?
No, it's not even my top 10. It's not even an honorable
It has-
mention. In my rankings of the 10 Best Picture nominees, I'm pretty sure it's 7 or 8. I didn't like it.
Really? Why?
It's too like it's really on the nose for like its main thing,
I thought it was I thought
and it just wasn't
okay.
very. I don't know. It wasn't super engaging.
You don't
either.
need subtlety all the time, especially when you're trying to send out a
I
message that isn't shared often.
But like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was.
I thought
great.
I get where you'd come from. I get where you're coming from. I think the movie handled it well. It has a weird meta layer to it with the reason that he wrote the book. Part of the reason why he wrote the book, being vague on purpose.
Mhm.
But also there's so much heart in this film, and like it really does a good job of studying like intersectionality, you know, because like it's about race, it's about like culture. There's a lot of like rich or like wealth adding into that equation, and like how well educated they are. I mean, the dude's name is literally Thelonious, named after Thelonious Monk, the famous jazz pianist. Like, come on. That's a very bougie, like, that's a very classy, like, that's like the one of the if I understand my jazz correctly, so I could be very wrong. It's like naming your kid Mozart. Like it's the no, like jazz wise, Thelonious Monk is a, you know, is a godfather of the genre, and just like that's one. I don't know. I'm getting myself lost in the weeds here, but there's a lot of intersectionality here, and the movie does such a good job exploring it, especially near the end. And I fucking loved it. Also, like, was it Jeffrey Wright?
Mhm.
Jeffrey Wright can do no wrong. He is
Yes.
so
Pretty good job.
Voice
on his
smooth
end.
like butter.
voice
Mhm.
is so smooth. I God, that man is so
I
good.
want his voice on my pancakes.
If he had an I was telling a coworker
in an audiobook.
I was just saying the same thing to my coworker. Like, if I could have his in an audiobook, like, does the American Fiction book, because this is based off a book.
That's what I said. I said that it should be the book that this movie is based off of.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
read, you should audiobook the book.
I couldn't remember where I got that. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was you. But yeah, he should be on the book of it. He should. I might actually read the book. Supposedly the book's really good. It doesn't. You can watch the movie, read the book, and it's you know how it is. Stuff gets lost in adaptation. But yeah, I really loved it. Also, I know people are like, why is it nominated for best soundtrack? Motherfucker, it is jazz. It is good jazz. There's some songs where I'm like, this does sound like Thelonious Monk. That makes so much sense. It was so good.
This is gonna sound weird, especially because I haven't seen Frasier, but it felt like Black Frasier. And I don't know how to explain it because I haven't seen Frasier.
I mean, they're
Oh
both
my
very
God.
classy people, but they're also like really terrible to each other. God damn it, it does kind of track. It does kind of track. It's like Frasier if it was not as, yeah.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs, am I right?
Not toss salad.
That's the line. That's
Not
the
toss
song.
salad.
What is it?
Toss salad's when you eat someone's asshole.
The song is tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Is it really?
Yes, because it was before that euphemism.
You're joking.
I'm not.
What?
What's your number 3, Ruthie?
The Holdovers.
Oh God,
I loved it.
I
it
haven't
was
seen
good.
it.
Yeah.
So I am not a sad movie person.
She's not.
I hate it. My life is sad enough. I don't need a movie to remind me of what sadness is like. I just have to remember last Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I have to pull out a
it's-
yearbook.
It's good. I'll give you that, but like
It's-
it just didn't do it for me for some reason.
Okay, that's your problem,
And also,
bitch.
Ed, you like scary movies and joyless films, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
let's be honest here. You're not even denying it. Keep going. What do you like about this film?
It's like a classic Christmas movie that somebody lost in their attic for years and years, and then they remembered, oh shit, I gotta give this back to Hollywood so they can actually put it in the movies.
Mm.
Wasn't it filmed? Or didn't it look like granular and stuff?
It was very granular. I really liked the aesthetic of it, Paul Giamatti knocked it out of the fucking park.
He sure
Not
did.
only did he like nail the professor aesthetic, he also like turned a jackass and gave him a heart of gold. The guy who plays the kid played a really amazing teenager. It's like the director didn't even touch it and didn't even hand him a script. He was like, here's the vibe. Go.
Yeah.
Devine, mwah,
Yes.
beautiful.
Think
I
she'll win
love
the
her.
Oscar?
Awesome.
Huh?
Think
It's
she'll
a
win the
very good
Oscar?
chance.
God, I hope so.
Very good chance.
Can I say the funny story about Paul Giamatti I heard recently?
Yes.
Someone asked him what's the movie he gets what's the movie he kind of
Yes,
gets
I
recognized
saw
for the
that
most?
reel.
And he was like Big Fat Liar,
Mhm.
and he's not even mad. He's like, I love that. I love making that film. So I'm
Mhm.
like, that's good to hear, because that every time I think Paul Giamatti, it's Big Fat Liar, because that was like the first movie I was introduced to him with.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Rusty?
I've not.
You haven't seen Big Fat Liar?
No.
Oh shit!
I've only seen the
I know
trailer
we're
for
doing.
it.
I know we're doing.
I haven't
soon.
seen it either.
And oh my god! Oh man! I know I'm getting both of you to watch. It is so silly.
But yeah. I like the holdovers. I'll leave you with this. If you want a nostalgic Christmas movie, you should watch it.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Also, Hector, it's kind of funny that you say that I like joyless and horror movies, because my top 2 don't fit that bill at all. But
Yeah, but you didn't disagree with me fully.
I did not. Also, yeah, but to keep in line with joyless, my number 3, Oppenheimer.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
knew it. Film bro all the way. Film bro all the way.
It is good. It is. I think
It's a very good
I
film.
think Nolan's best.
I 100% agree with
Mhm.
you. I 100% agree with you. It just was not my cup of
It
tea
was-
fully.
It
My
was.
phone just
It
died.
is. But
Yeah.
it's not being talked about enough, because people are talking about Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy. But why is nobody talking about Robert Downey Jr. in this movie?
He's gonna win the best supporting actor.
Yes, he's nominated.
It's obvious.
But oh my god, why is nobody talking about it? Because
He's
holy
going to win.
mother, that
Wait,
man.
what do you mean no one's talking about it? That's all I've been hearing on the internet for
I
months.
haven't been seeing it at all. I've just been hearing a bunch
Really?
about
I've
Cillian
seen
Murphy.
so
and-
much of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
on the
Also,
internet.
speaking
I've had the feeling he's gonna win since I saw the
Robert
damn
Downey
movie.
Jr. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, that he was one, that he was gonna get nominated, 2, that he was gonna win.
But
Yeah, Ryan Gosling
also-
should deserve
also-
it. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, I want to bring up a thing that we just found out recently, that it's Cillian Murphy, not Cillian Murphy. Or it became.
You found out.
It-
I
it-
already
it
knew.
became-
I've been saying
widely
Cillian for a
known
while.
now, at least, right? It became widely
Mhm.
known
I guess.
recently. Cillian Murphy, not Cillian.
Have you guys
And-
seen the picture of someone photoshopped of Killian holding the pipe and it's really long? Like, I don't know why. Sorry, I'm not trying to ruin your vibe. I just remember that picture now, and I'm like,
So, and then it was just revealed to me how to pronounce Chalamet's name. It's not.
That wasn't recent.
I found out recently that it's not Timothy. It's not Timothy Chalamet.
You
It's not anything that else I tried to do. It is Timothée.
oh,
Timothée
You were
Chalamet,
halfway there.
which rhymes, which is awesome. Also, he said that like you can call him Timothy, Timothée, Timmy, any of that. Not Tim. That is a red zone.
he does not have Tim
No.
energy.
no.
But I'm probably gonna
He's kissing
keep
a
calling
cat.
him Timothy, because I don't feel right saying Timothée, because I don't have the French shit. The French. Timothée.
You know he play. You know he's actually an avid gamer. Supposedly,
Yes, he is.
it was really everyone's like, why is he
He-
announcing the game of the year? But
he
no, that
took
makes sense.
like a lot of the cast and crew to. He forced, like he bought every ticket in a theater and forced them all to watch Top Gun Maverick. Yes.
Really?
Unfortunately, Josh Brolin
That's
didn't
For
hilarious.
go.
which movie?
But Zendaya and Florence Pugh. He
Oh, for Dune?
Dude, Timothy, he Top Gun Maverick, he's said he's watched it like 12 or 13 times.
Yeah, sometimes the movie just
Yeah.
hits. I get it. I fucking
Yes,
get it.
Oppenheimer, very good, very good. Nolan's best work. Killian did great. Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh are also great in here. Oh my god, everything's so good. Oh, that final scene. Oh. Anyways, number 2, Hector.
I need a minute after you moaning like that, dude. Jesus.
It's a good
Don't
movie.
get me pregnant with that. Get me pregnant with that. Number 2. I think Ed and I have the same 2 and 1. But number 2, and I hate to admit that he was right about this one, not being number 1, Radical.
Radical for
'Cause-
all y'all English speakers.
Yeah, Radical.
Perdóname, estoy una gringo.
Era una de mis películas más favoritas del año. Ay, Dios, no, hay mucho que quiero decir de esta película, pero Dios mío, no puedo hoy. So I'll say it in English instead.
I'll do a quick Spanish review.
Nice.
I'm not gonna translate that for it. So if anyone gets it, props
I got
to you.
fam.
Props to you. But yeah, no, this movie, dude, I people are like, what? Give me like a quick vibe, and I just say Patch Adams, but teaching, and like it's so good. Like it's not like as silly or like as goofy as like the early half of Patch Adams, but like man, this movie has so much heart. And usually I don't like those like made based on a true story films because there's always like some level of like cheesiness or like melodrama. But this movie had like none of that. It was just a clean
It
like
was very real.
the script was just
It was very
Huh?
real.
very real. Like there was a few times where I'm like, okay, this is gonna go this way, and then nope, left turn, swerve, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I think by the end of it, I was nearing in tears. Ed, you were like crying for the last half of it. No shame. Completely feel your feelings, bro. I was completely happy you were.
I
in
watched the movie
your
3
zone there.
times and I cried all 3 times.
Jeez, that's if that's the biggest glow, that's the biggest positive review. Ed,
Yeah,
can
because freaking
say.
Everything Everywhere All at Once did that to me. I watched it like 4 times and I cried every single time. It just hits the same every single time. Same with Radical.
But yeah, Radical. I hope the Blu-ray comes
Mhm.
soon. I want that movie so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy, but I'm also gonna buy Beau is Afraid because
Well, now we know what your rest of your list
Oh, I'm
is.
sorry.
Anyway,
whatever.
I'm joking. You're
Whatever.
fine. You're fine.
It's fine.
Anyway,
Where's
Ruthie,
two?
what's your
Number
number two?
Objectively, number 2, best movie of 2023, no holds barred.
Wait, number 2?
Objectively, number 2, American Fiction. Eat shit.
Yeah, dude. Anything
Okay.
you want to say about the movie?
Yes. The movie disguises itself using the main premise.
Yeah, it really does actually.
Because if you took the actual plot of the movie, people would make all kinds of crazy racist assumptions about it, and I love that it's just a big fuck you to the Oscars.
It really is. It's never gonna win. It's not gonna win a
It can
single
never
damn
win
Oscar.
Best Picture because it insists that's the whole premise of the movie. It's
And-
like you just slap the right sticker on it and it has to win.
And here's the funny thing. People are like, that's not true. Okay, hey guys, what movie did Will Smith win an Oscar for? What movie, after all his years of making movies, what movie did he finally win an Oscar for? Who did he play? Think
I
about
don't
that.
remember. Who did he play?
He played a slave.
Yep.
That's the reason Chris Rock. The really funny bit about Chris Rock's stand-up, I saw the few minutes where he talks about the Will Smith slap.
Uh-huh.
He said afterwards he kept seeing the scene where Will Smith got whipped again and again and again. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, slap the right sticker on it and it should win. And I know I'm gonna get flacked for this, but Moonlight.
You thought it was Oscar bait?
Moonlight was the biggest Oscar bait I've ever seen in my entire life. Because
that is
Wait,
bullshit,
it is
and you
it is a
know it.
minority of a
Green Book?
minority of a
Green Book.
minority.
Came out Green Book.
Green Book, Green Book.
Green Book should
Green Book?
Green Book was, oh my god, that's almost as bad as Crash or worse than Crash winning.
So which is worse, Green Book or fucking Moonlight?
Green Book is definitely worse. But Moonlight
Then take it back what
Moonlight
you just
is one of the
said.
most Oscar bait movies I've ever seen in my life, and I hate that it won because it is a minority poor, it is a minority black, another minority gay. Like, you can't get more Oscar bait than that. All these underrepresented
I really liked
minorities in book just slapped into one character in this movie, and it wins.
I genuinely love that
It is
film.
good. I agree. It's good, but oh my fucking god. It is the most
so
Oscar
good.
bait shit, and that's exactly what American Fiction was saying. You just put the right labels on it,
No,
and it wins.
I understand. No, I agree with you, but I thought the acting in some of the scene and some of the
I agree it's a good movie,
cinematography.
but
I'm a sucker
there
for
were
like
better
beach.
movies that year.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a sucker for beaches in movies. If you can get a beach shot
that
really
beach scene
well,
with Mahershala Ali, yeah.
it's like grappling hooks in video games. Okay, if you can get a good beach thing in there, I'm in.
Yeah. Sorry for hijacking.
So that was
Ruthie.
yeah.
I don't know if you were done.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 2.
Not.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm done now.
I thought you said you were done.
No, she was like,
Okay,
no, she
go
wasn't
ahead.
done. Let her keep going.
No, I just really enjoyed the movie. Don't like sad movies. I don't like jazz. I enjoyed the soundtrack. These fuckers keep torturing
You
me
say you
with
don't
sad
like
movies
jazz,
movies.
and then oh my god, okay.
And then you shove it down my throat.
And now you like it, right?
Everyone. What? No. Every time people like you try and force me to like jazz, I hate it even more. Genuinely, you are not helping your case.
I ask her for permission before I play jazz stuff. Like that's
I know, but like
shove it down her throat.
Yes.
Our whole La La Land thing, like it's more about the movie, but whatever.
She liked the movie. She didn't like the jazz.
Yeah, the movie was okay for like a sad movie.
You liked the more musical. No, like
yeah, I like
numbers.
musicals. I don't like jazz.
Yeah, but it's not always jazzy musical numbers, which helps.
Which helps, but the jazzy musical numbers are, oh my god.
No, I 100% agree with you personally. But
my point being, despite being a sad movie with jazz music all throughout, I genuinely enjoyed it. It just gives you a lot of emotion in one go, a lot of happy, a lot of sad, a lot of like, really? It just kind of runs the gambit, and I really enjoyed it. And Ed, I know you said you hated it.
I didn't hate it.
You make it sound like you hate it, but the next time that you watch it, don't watch it for the main plot that the movie force feeds you. Peel back the subtext because this is a very good thinky movie.
God, I love you so much right now. Thank you. Also, personally, I think part of what made me like it, well, not like it, but it was just kind of, I don't know. My grandma's going through a similar shit as the mother right now, so that kind of just kind of like, okay, maybe that kind of brought it more home to me a little too.
Yeah, my grandmother too.
Yeah. Anyway, let's change subject before I start tearing up.
All right,
my
Ed,
number 2.
Talk about how much you love
It's funny. I love how
Número 2.
I said I was going to be the villain this episode. Ed just went on the most like.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Keep going. Hey, keep
Número
going, you
2.
racist. Keep going.
Número 2. Radical. Ya. Lloré las 3 veces que vi esta película. En las 2 veces que. Las 2 mismas veces. Igual como Everything Everywhere. Y es verdad lo que Héctor dijo, que esta película tiene un gran like corazón, heart, I don't know. Tiene tanto de eso. Y
it has a lot of heart,
sí.
what he's saying. I'll
Y
translate
tiene,
that part because that's new information.
Yo no sé, que es tan emocional y te involucra tanto con los personajes ahí. Es de otro mundo.
¿Puedes decir eso otra vez? ¿Qué dijiste?
Basically, like, you just get so involved with the people in that movie, and you get to know them so well, and it is again a true life story that doesn't fall for the based on a true story kind of films of like Maestro is a huge one where it's like you gotta know all about this character and all about this shit and like get really the full thing, and then it is based on the teacher and the students, but like you don't it's a different kind. I don't know how to describe it, but like it's it's about the characters but more about the, the, the change that they put in motion, really. And it really shows like how god how kids like how our education system is so fucked and so like not actually like getting kids excited about learning and such and like in
School.
school.
Yeah.
and
No, it's
and
sad.
this is how
It really is
how
sad.
it should be. And it's just it's an incredible movie, and I'm sad that it wasn't that Mexico did not push it to be in the running for.
I don't think Mexico got any film this year.
No, they didn't
Into
didn't
the
put it in.
international.
They didn't put anything in for Oscar nomination of like foreign language. They didn't put Radical in,
Yeah,
which is sad.
it was too much. Even if it got in, it wouldn't have won, and that's the shame.
Who knows?
It's a great film, but
I mean,
you know.
it'll probably still lost to Zone of Interest. I feel that that's gonna win Best Foreign, but
yeah, Zone of Interest is gonna win.
Yeah.
It's a
and it's
Holocaust
my number
film.
10
Yeah.
of the top 10 of the Best Picture nominated 10. It's my number 10.
You saw Zone of Interest?
Yeah, I saw all 10 Best Picture nominees, and Zone of Interest is number 10.
Oh damn!
It is my least favorite.
Is this the first year you've watched all
No.
10? Actually, let's do this differently, because then I have the same number one I have a good feeling on. Ruthie, let go your number one.
Hey, Barbie.
Barbie?
Hey! I don't know what to say.
Barbie is my number one movie.
Okay.
Fuck anybody who says different. I really enjoy it. I've been getting a lot of flack because of how much I enjoyed it.
From who?
You called me basic
No.
2 days ago.
Not because
Don't
of that!
even.
Not because of that! Not because of that! It was a joke. Okay, please erase this. This was a fucking joke I said to you in private. There was a fucking joke off of one other thing I don't remember even
I'm
now what it
still
was.
salty.
I'm keeping it in.
And now she thinks I'm calling her basic so she like Barbie. I completely understand why everyone's putting Barbie in their higher ups. It's just like other movies spoke to me differently.
Yeah, and that movie
I
spoke
was
to Ruthie.
raised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fine. That's great. I want to hear why it's her number one.
I don't know if I can explain it if you haven't seen Legally Blonde, because the two of them, it's like this is the spiritual successor to Legally Blonde.
I completely see it.
Legally Blonde is about how everybody sees very stereotypical, like mainstream beautiful people as being like kind of shoved in a box, and Barbie is about like unshoving yourself from the box, and so is Legally
Literally.
Blonde.
Gay or
But, like-
European?
That's not in the movie. That's only
I
the
know, but
musical
still.
version.
Is that really only the musical version?
But still,
Yes.
gay or European?
Yeah. No, in the movie it's just straight, oh, he's gay.
I love that song.
In
Damn.
the musical, he's gay and European.
European. Yeah.
But yeah, as I've been saying, I like movies that make me think. Barbie, yes, it's a mainstream Hollywood movie, but first of all, it turns around and gives the middle finger to like mainstream Hollywood. It really like challenges what you would expect from a mainstream movie, especially now in the age of Marvel, where like I don't know, it feels like a lot of mainstream movies don't really stand for anything, so they kind of fall for anything.
Yeah. No, 100% agree.
But this movie wears its themes on its chest. I know it didn't like stick the landing for you, hun, but like
Not like super badly. It
just like with certain things, it didn't like.
I disagree that it didn't stick the landing. I think it did.
For
the most part.
Hector, I'm saying that the reason that it's so low on his tier is because it didn't like meet it was kind of convoluted and confusing in this one aspect.
I
and
almost
see
got
that.
lost. I almost got lost.
And I can totally see that. But barring that, if you're just looking at the overall movie, it's really interesting the more you think about Barbie and Ken, because everybody says that Ken's the antagonist, but that's only if you have the media literacy of
Ben
my
Shapiro?
fucking cat.
Or Ben Shapiro.
Actually, yeah, no, Boomer has way better media literacy.
Yeah, no, Boomer does, actually.
Unironically, he does, but like, Ken is not the antagonist of the movie. Ken is the deuteragonist. He is experiencing the same problems as Barbie, but mirrors her the entire time. Barbie is an emotional stand-in both for women in the audience, but also for the men too. And Ken is an emotional stand-in both for the men in the audience and the women, both in different ways, both in very valid ways. This movie was so well thought out. It's carefully crafted in most, if not all, of its endeavors. I just really fucking enjoyed it.
So why wasn't Greta Gerwig nominated for Best Director?
Sexism.
Mhm.
There's one valid complaint I kind of heard. I saw like someone talking about how it's weird that we're talking about there was an accusation of racism that like we care so much about these two women in particular, Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie.
But like, okay,
For me, they did have a really good performance. I can't compare Greta to Bradley and say that one like Bradley should be nominated for Best Director and Greta shouldn't.
The issue is that the Oscars only want one woman director at a time.
Yeah.
And they picked who was it? Ed.
No, it was what's her face? Past Lives.
It wasn't Past Lives. I think I was
she's
wrong.
nominated for Best Director.
She is?
Yes.
No, she is not.
I checked. I know.
Nope. It is Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh,
Anatomy of a Fall. That
and
was
then
it.
Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Jonathan Glazer.
Oh,
I think Celine. What's her name? Celine Song. I think deserves. I know it's her first one, but if we can give Bradley, did Bradley? I don't know.
Bradley was not nominated for directing.
Okay, I didn't know. I couldn't remember who's nominated.
I don't
look at the Oscar noms.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, and Anatomy of a Fall is a female director.
Me, Barbie should have been on that list because Greta
Barbie
took
should have
such
been
care with that.
Barbie should have been on that list, and like over Martin Scorsese.
Really?
Damn. You heard it not from me, folks.
Damn.
I would also take out Jonathan Glazer for Zone of Interest, but I'm just super biased against that movie. But barring that, every other director is very well put there, except Martin Scorsese. I mean, no, he's also very good to be there, but like Greta just did everything better.
No, she did really great. I was a little sad to hear.
And Margot encapsulated everything about Barbie. Like, she nailed the park bench scene. She convinced me that being a human woman is actually pretty nice sometimes.
Yeah, but like, what am I saying? Like, people were actually like saying it was what was racist about it? Like that we were talking so much about.
She was saying that it's weird that we complain. She's saying it's weird that people are complaining that two white women aren't nominated for Oscars when there's so many people of color that get overlooked
every year.
And I'm not saying that those people deserved to be snubbed. Obviously, that is not the case. There are so many.
You also have to recognize
performances
when something's great and when somebody did an amazing job. And yeah, it sucks that so many people kind of get overlooked. But this is, I hate it when people do that because like I feel bad. Like I feel bad criticizing Moonlight because I feel like I'm being called racist for criticizing that movie. I feel bad for criticizing a lot of movies of that are made by Black people and all of that, and I feel like I can't criticize them because I'll just be called racist, and I can't criticize a lot of things like Zone of Interest, because maybe now I'm just going to be called an anti-Semite. It feels really bad.
I mean,
As long as you don't say the P word, then you won't be labeled an anti-Semite.
I don't know what that. I don't want to know. I think, I think it's your intention. Like I like to believe, and I know it's a little naive, but I like to believe that like if you can explain, the better you can, not better, but like if you really are not being hateful, it comes across.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's an example? Like, I can criticize. Like, what's an example?
Okay, here. I have an example. There is a exact conversation. Well, not exact. It's very similar, not quite on the same vein, but between two characters in American fiction talking about the state of
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, this is an
Media?
exact conversation in the movie.
Yes.
More or less an exact conversation in the
Holy
movie.
shit.
one character is saying, I am so sick of all the stories that are being told of black people. It's always slaves, it's always ghetto, it's always a white boot on a black neck. And I just wish that somebody saw the potential of real black stories, not just these stories. And the other character, her response is, potential is only or what is it? What was the exact?
I can't remember that beautiful quote.
Yeah, she had this beautiful quote of like, potential is something that people only look for when they don't see enough in reality. But it's this whole dichotomy.
It was that movie was like easy boom. Like it was number one until I saw Past Lives. Like it, and then Radical I remembered, but like it was easy top 3. That line made it an easy top 3 for the year. Because I've talked to Ruthie about this. I'm like, why is it always like slaves and other shit?
Yeah,
I may have been too hard on American Fiction.
you should give it another watch.
Give another watch. But yeah, thank you for that beautiful thing, Ruthie. I can't think of the words. I appreciate it. I'm running out of steam. Okay, Ed, let's just finish this.
3,
both.
2, 1. Past Lives. Yep. Amazing. It is a love story of the ages, and oh god, I just want to talk about Arthur and Nora's chemistry here.
But that is spoilers, so we will not.
I know, but it is just so interesting to me.
It's real. I've seen a lot of relationships like this.
It follows this Hollywood kind of like very it follows this
It's
very
very
rom-com
Hollywood.
kind of
Yeah,
story.
but it's very unique. There's something different about it.
It's real. It feels real. Like
yeah,
I've
It is like real life. Yes, this is the shit that happens in real life.
Like talking about like, yeah, I'm actually jealous. Like as soon as it's like, oh, I'm actually a little jealous of the guy, but I'm still gonna let you see him. Like not in an angry way, like
Dude,
I'm doing
that
it.
was
I'm
one
trying
of
to
the
remember the line.
was one of the best things. Like as soon as Arthur says that, I'm like, oh, Arthur's the real bro. It's like he was your childhood sweetheart. It's not like I'm going to tell you can't see him. Like
yeah,
he totally understands, and then like he also knows that like he gets jealous, obviously, and Nora understands that, and like oh god, it's just so like it's all about like Nora and his son. But it's for me, the Arthur Nora was like what won the movie for me.
dude, same.
No, it was so solid. I loved their relationship. I was so nervous about that, but everyone felt developed. I'm trying to be a marriage and couples therapist. I'm sure a lot of you who listen frequently know this. I genuinely love this film because it does show a lot of like good relationship stuff. Like communicate clearly. Everyone usually in like movies they make the stupid decision just to like keep the drama going, but in here it's just really
if this was any other romance movie, Arthur wouldn't have shared his feelings, especially because like usually the male archetype is
stoic.
They're stoic and they're always like do the big grand crazy gesture, don't let her say no. But he's vulnerable in this moment and he's like, laying all his cards on the table, and she's like, no, your feelings are just as valid as mine.
Also, I chose you.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm choosing
And
you.
And that's the thing, like people are misinterpreting when Nora says this is where I ended up. Like they're taking it
oh,
as like kind
dude.
of like a this is just how life worked out for me, but I feel like it's so much more saying this is where I ended up.
People are misinterpreting the fuck out of this movie, and it
Mhm.
pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arthur says it. Arthur's quote says what Nora was saying when this is where it ended up. When Arthur says, "You make my world so much bigger," that's what she's saying.
That was such a sweet line. I'm getting emotional now as I heard it.
And then, but also, what you said about like healthy relationship and like men being vulnerable. Hassan does the same thing too.
Yes, I don't know much about Korean culture. I had Korean friends in high school, but I don't. They were assimilating, so they acted. I don't know if they acted more like us, if we already were. I don't fully know. When I say this, I don't know how like stoic and like not sharing they are, but it also feels like Hey Sun was also very much in touch with his feelings the entire film. Like when he's with his friends and they're drinking and he's with them to help them cheer from the.
Didn't he have the drunk guy crying on his shoulder?
Yes.
Literally?
Yes.
Yeah, his friend crying on his shoulder.
Yes. No.
way back when.
It. I don't know. It's such a good like. I think my issue with no my Barbie. I'm trying to be quick. Sorry. I know. I'm not trying to be like Mr. Ranty here. My issue with Barbie. Not my issue with Barbie. Part of my issue that I pissed me off about Barbie is like. Yes, some parts were easily could be misconstrued. I can kind of see some of it, but also like some people really are like, oh, like misogynistic and kind of using that lens throughout the movie to show shit on it. Some of these same people are like really misunderstanding the movie, and it pisses me off.
The movie being Past Lives.
Past Lives, thank you. It pisses me off. Like I jokingly said, like yeah, the internet's calling the cucking movie, but not like reality. Not many. It's a few, but like it, or like some people were saying like, oh, like this movie's pro cheating. Like you didn't see the fucking movie. This movie's like about like this
my God.
people like I get it. It's hard to sometimes not read nonverbal cues. I get that. I have a hard time. Up until recently I was having a really hard time with it. But thank you, school. But
This is so good.
This movie's so good. It's just so healthy.
Can I
It's something
say
I want to
something
do in my life.
about
Yeah, no, go for it.
your pro cheating thing? It's really funny that people are saying that because Nora and Haesung do such a good job at not having an emotional affair
Yeah.
in this movie.
I was
They
worried
do
about that going
such a
in.
good job at tempering each other. I mean, Nora more so towards Haesung, but Haesung does pull his weight
Yeah.
on like understanding that
He's not pursuing her intentionally to try and steal her from Arthur. And it's very clear.
and Nora tempers herself on like I loved this kid, but I love this man, Arthur.
Yeah.
This is not the man I love over here. It's
It's
Arthur that
it's
I
just
love.
saying goodbye
God.
to your a past part of yourself. It was so God, this movie just we don't get movies like this often. It was I'm
Something
getting
else.
emotional. Fuck.
Also, and last point I'll make about this movie, I thought it was very very sweet and very good that they showed. Again, there's more on Arthur because he was such a great character, but like, there's a scene in the movie where he's like they're laying in bed together, Nora and Arthur, and they're talking about like what food they should get, and I love how Arthur's the one like
speaking Korean.
like or not speaking Korean, but like hugging her and like on the side like with his leg over her, because that's usually what the women are doing in like bed laying scenes together, and he takes the more submissive role in that scene, and I feel that's so healthy to show that
Yeah, it
like
really is.
what
It really is. No,
yeah
100%.
men can be sweet and
Hashtag men
submissive
can be
and
little spoons too.
Yeah.
yes
No, like I've been.
It's so adorable seeing that scene. It was so
It was
adorable
so good.
because Arthur's speaking for you and he's trying so hard, and then
This
they're like
movie needs
all
to
they're
be.
talking about is what food they should get. Oh, it's
I
so
feel like
sweet.
so
Oh my god,
if
I'm
I was a
crying.
judge, I'd make a bunch of these Manosphere guys watch this film, but they're just not gonna get it either way. But God, it sucks. It's like the perfect antidote for some of this shit.
I'm crying. I didn't cry watching the movie, but talking about it, I'm like, oh,
Are you actually crying?
I can hear it.
yeah. Well,
It's
I'm
I
very
don't know for
teary eyed.
I get it too. I am too.
I'm getting the flush feeling in my face. So
No, I'm getting it too. It was such a good film. I was asked Ruthie. She should see me because I watched it the first night, and she could see me, and I was like, I was like tearing up, and like,
Yeah.
it was such a.
when he's when he turns back and he's like, hey. Oh,
Yeah, no, it's a very it's sweet, Ed. It's a very sweet film.
yeah. I also I learned a new word, Ruthie, today. Deuteragonist. Very, very good. I like it.
Yeah. It's the Sam to the
Yeah.
Frodo. It's the Ken to the Barbie.
The person's second in importance to the protagonist.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
like
it's
it.
like because the protagonist in Greek. Sorry, you got me into this. Greek theater. The protagonist. They're the person who causes. They are the domino that starts.
Mm-hmm.
The deuteragonist is the second domino to go.
I learned the term from Tokyo Ghoul, so I keep thinking of that.
Yeah.
It's Carl to Rick in Walking Dead. It's
the Amon to Kaneki in Tokyo Ghoul. They're actually on opposite sides, but it follows this other dude in the opposite side, and you get to see more of that world. Yeah. I guess that'll be my plug. Is read Tokyo Ghoul. Don't watch it. Fuck that anime. Read it though.
It's Willem Dafoe's character to Emma Stone's in Poor Things.
Okay.
More Mark Ruffalo, actually.
Yeah.
My plug for this episode, if you love food, no you don't, watch Tempopo, then you'll love food.
Oh, Tempopo was so good.
So, yeah, it's another one of those movies. It didn't come out in 2023, but it's like one of my favorite watches of 2023.
Yeah, same. We watched it after Christmas.
Also, I completely forgot about it, but this should be on my honorable mentions, if not in my top 10. I'm just too tired to place it in there. Old Way. Fuck yes.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't put that one in there.
I forgot.
Nicolas Cage had 4 movies this year.
Yeah, he was crazy busy.
I think some of them were delayed from COVID, but yeah, it was a good year for him.
Renfield was, for sure. I know that.
Oh, Renfield was so good. All right,
but
and what's
I
your
do
plug?
want to point out the like very different reactions we had between the 2022 and this one. That we were 2022, we were all excited, like, whoa, everything everywhere, it's so good.
Yeah.
And then this one, we're like, Past Lives, it's so sad. Do I have a plug? I mean, Magnus Archives Doom Part 2 is coming out also. So
putting a fucking wait, did you catch up? Did you finish Magnus?
No, not yet. I'm halfway through.
He's halfway through. Okay.
But it's so
also
good
to plug a better podcast than ours and the thing. Yeah.
Over halfway through. Don't even.
Point being,
I'm
though,
like 106. Okay.
What's the name of the episode? I don't know it by the number.
No, we're not talking about this right now. Please.
Text me after.
It's 2.5 hours. We're almost at 2.5 hours. Let's just finish.
I'm in 110 Creature Feature.
Ooh, this is the one Hector's gonna love.
Okay, so let's thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. Thank you for joining us for another year.
Yes.
Join us next time for
Lord Reverend D from Rulebooks Anonymous. He asked
Sparks of Interest.
And Sparks of Interest. I forget the other one.
He asked for Advent Children.
Yes, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and I think he did it because the game's coming out soon.
And there's the extended version movie coming out as well.
We're not gonna watch that. We have no time.
I've seen Advent Children like twice already.
No, the extended version. I don't have time to go to the theater and see that thing.
Yeah.
Not during the time it's coming out. That's my SH season. So
join us next time for Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.